What's up, guys? Welcome back to Everyday Money. Now, I want everyone that watches this channel to get rich, do well, be successful, and especially not be poor. But a lot of folks out there are going to perpetually stay poor or just perpetually stay paycheck to paycheck because they have a mentality that keeps them locked in that. A lot of people don't even know that they have this mentality because they've just been in it for their entirety of their lives, and so they don't know any better. So today what I want to do is go through the 5 things that I think that make up the reasons why people end up staying poor, and if not poor, just living paycheck to paycheck or middle class, or really not just achieving the dreams and the goals that they want themselves to end up having for them and their family and their kids and so on. So let's just get right into it, because the first thing, and this is a big one, and you've probably heard this for your entire life, and you've probably heard it wrong your entire life, is that money is the root of all evil. And that is just, for one, fully false. Money is a tool just like anything else. It's like a hammer, a screwdriver, a jackhammer, whatever. It's not good or bad. It can be used for good or bad things. People are good or bad. And the thing that I find is that the more money that people get, the more influence, the more fame, the more XYZ that people get, it typically just amplifies the things that they are already doing. So a good person with a lot of money is going to do good things, and a bad person with a lot of money is going to do bad things. Now, you've always heard the saying that money is the root of all evil, but that's because someone had taken off the first part of that. How it's actually written in the Bible is that the love of money is the root of all evil. And that's when people can get off the rails, because the way I look at money, I do want to have a lot of it. I do think I'm a good person, that I will be able to do good with all of this money. But the thing is that I don't love the money. I treat it as a tool. It's a tool for my freedom. It's a tool for me to have the life that I want. It's a tool for me to be able to give to charities, to churches, to whatever it is that I want to give to, because it is a tool. But if you love the money, and if it's all about money, this is where people start getting off the rails. This is where people start doing amoral things in order to acquire more money, because they don't necessarily love the freedom that money gives them or the tool that money gives them to be able to do other things. They love the money itself, and then that ends up being a very negative thing in their life, because it's just getting more money because they love it. So that's the first thing, is that you need to know that everyone's been telling you money is the root of all evil. That is completely incorrect. It's the love of money is evil. Now, the second thing that keeps people poor for their entire lives, keeps them on that paycheck to paycheck grind and never being able to get ahead, is that they never invest their money. And I've put out several videos about this, about how you can't save your way to success and wealth. You can't do anything except invest your money if you want to end up getting ahead. And what poor people do, and with how they stay poor, is they either do not invest because they don't have the money to invest, or because their expenses are too high. Now, you can remedy that in one way or another. You can either increase your income, which is what I always recommend, is trying to find new ways to make money, or find ways to make more money doing the same things that you're doing now, or reducing your expenses. And this is a big problem with people of all income ranges. And just because I say that keeps people poor, this doesn't mean like, someone making $20,000 a year, $30,000 a year. You can be making $100,000, $150,000, $200,000 a year and still end up at the end of the month poor, because every single dollar that you're bringing in of your $200,000 salary is going out on something else. A lot of times things that don't end up making you richer, just, luxury goods, new cars, things of that nature. And so what you need to do is, if you don't want to be poor, and if you want to get out of that poverty mindset, or if you want to just increase the amount that you are getting wealthy, is that you need to either start investing or invest even more of your money so that it can grow over time, because money will grow over time on its own without you having to work for it or anything. And then that compounds and compounds and compounds. It's the eighth wonder of the world, according to a pretty smart guy, Albert Einstein, and he says it's the most powerful force on earth. So if you never invest, you will stay poor for your entire life, no matter really how much money you make. Now, the third thing that people end up getting an attitude about money is that there is some sort of zero-sum mentality with money, with financial systems. This is when people start blaming billionaires for the reason that they can't get rich, they can't get wealthy, and that there's not enough out there for them to get a piece of the pie. The pie is unlimited here, and a lot of people have this self-limiting belief as well, that because they are making more or more money, that somebody else can't also become wealthy, and then they're kind of guilted into the back to the money is the root of all evil thing. They're kind of just, they have the self-guilt that they have all this money and other people don't. The thing is that anyone especially in the United States, is still one of the best places to get wealthy, to start a business, to invest, to pretty much do whatever you want. Even here, anybody can pretty much become wealthy, get rich. There's several creators here on YouTube that you can watch that have come from very modest means and have done extraordinarily well for themselves. And just because you make a lot of money doesn't mean that someone else can't. Just because someone else is making a lot of money does not mean that you can't as well. So that zero-sum mentality, that's totally flawed, and that is a reason why folks stay poor. Now, the fourth thing is that why people stay poor is because they are consumers and not producers. And this is the thing where they are not coming up with a new thing to do, some sort of a business or products put out there, some content to create, something, and all they do is continuously consume goods, services, and that's all that they do. Spending all of your money, spending all of that paycheck that you get will consistently keep you poor, versus at least taking some of that and investing it at a bare minimum and then trying to produce something that will make the world a better place. Now, the fifth thing, and this is one of the biggest things out there that keeps folks poor, is that they have a victim mentality. That the things that they are doing and that are happening to them in their life, with some certain exceptions, are not their fault almost entirely. Anybody out there in the United States, in this country, can pretty much do whatever they want if they put their mind to it. But a lot of folks get out there and they say that the president is keeping them down, the government's keeping them down, the landlord, the man, the police, whatever, some sort of external entity is keeping them down, and they have a victim mentality why they can't do whatever it is that they want. And really, as long as you are not doing anything that's against the laws, against the rules that you've set, that have been set for you. For example, if you rent from somebody, you may or may not be able to do certain things. But really, especially in the United States, and I know that you guys are from around the world, so that I don't know every specific thing that's going on in your country, in your state, or whatever. If you want to do something, you can pretty much go out and do that. Nobody is going to stop you from being a constructive participant in the world, being a producer. And so this victim mentality that folks have will continue to keep them poor, whether they like it or not. So guys, those are some of the things that people get into their head mentally that end up keeping them poor, keeping them on the rat race, keeping them paycheck to paycheck for their entire lives, really, no matter how much money they make, from very modest means up to people that are actually should be very wealthy and aren't, because they have a lot of these beliefs. So if you have these beliefs and you can kick them, you can get around them, that, money is not the root of all evil, that it is just a tool for whatever you want to do, that to invest your money, to not have that zero-sum mentality, to try to find something to produce instead of always just consuming goods, and to drop that victim mentality and know that basically anything is possible if you put your mind to it. That is going to set you on the path to wealth, on the path to financial freedom, and that is where I want all of my viewers to end up. So guys, if you like this video, give me a big thumbs up. Really helps me out in the YouTube algorithm. If you guys haven't subscribed yet, subscribe down below, hit the notification bell so that you don't miss anything that I put out on personal finance. I appreciate you guys watching today, and I'll see you on the next one.